Damn. So there's some wildfires going on here in the greater Los Angeles area, and even though I'm at a safe distance, when you step outside, you immediately get hit with that smell of burnt and of ash, and for a second there, I was about to complain about the air quality over here, but then I remembered, wait a minute, let me put things into perspective. At least I'm not in the midst of the chaos, in the midst of the fire that's going on, and I'm in a safe place. But, speaking of perspective, there's actually something that I want to share with you. So perspective, right? Now, I don't know about you, but one of my favorite ways to embrace new perspectives and to learn new things is by listening to podcasts. I mean, podcasts are absolutely fantastic. It's so passive. You pop your earbuds in, you press play on your device, and you can go do the laundry, you can go walk your dog, you can have sex with your partner, whatever it is you want to do. Actually, I probably wouldn't recommend listening to a podcast while having sex because they probably wouldn't like that. But either way, regardless, podcasts are fantastic. And speaking of which, I was actually featured, surprise, surprise, on a podcast earlier this week. It's with my friend Adam Parker. He hosts a podcast called Your Ideal Day. And this episode that we did together is absolutely fantastic. It's so action-packed with practical things that I do that you can do to upgrade your health in this modern world. Now, again, I'm not a doctor or anything like that, but very simple, free, practical things. And what I also like about this interview that he did on me is that he asked me some really good questions that brought some things out of me that I don't speak about too much on this channel. So if you like me, you like my style, maybe you like my my nice deep voice, then you can go ahead and listen to this full hour-long podcast that I did with him. It was so good that I took a few of my favorite minutes and I'm putting them here into this video for you. And that's what I'm bringing to you this week as my piece of content. I'm gonna lay some B-roll over it so that you can watch it, or you can just listen to it. It's a few of my favorite minutes, like I said, but the link for the full 1 hour-long conversation with Adam Parker is in the description down below. We talk about my story, how I got started, some different things that I do day to day. We break some and bust some myths within the biohacking field. It's just really an overall good podcast. So I'm gonna not keep this any longer. This is like my 30th take, and I'm honestly, I just want to go edit and eat some yogurt. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave you guys with this audio. Stick around to the end of the video so I can read off some comments from last week's video. I love you guys. I'm genuinely out of breath right now, and yeah, I'll see you at the end of the video. Enjoy these few minutes. Bye.
Okay, we've got two more. So the next one is cardio is king. And this is me. When I think I was like late 20s and I was like, I really need to lose weight. And the first thing I did, I just started running. And I just ran and ran and ran. And I think that's probably everyone's default go-to. I need to lose weight, need to hit the treadmill. So what are your thoughts on the statement cardio is king?
Dude, I love this. I have a biggest smile on my face right now because I was in the same boat and I love talking about this now. Okay, so let's define cardio because a lot of people could think it's different things, right? I imagine, and tell me if you imagine this as well, someone hitting the treadmill, turning it on, running, jogging, doing something, getting a little intense there for 30, 45, an hour. I got to get my hour of cardio in a day. So they're just kind of hitting the treadmill, just kind of trudging through it, right? Or maybe hitting the Stairmaster or something like that. So in terms of weight loss, the data that we have and that I've come across, you're honestly better off resistance training, lifting something heavy versus doing cardio. Cardio from a weight loss standpoint is not effective at all. Now, it's good for other things. For example, if you are a runner, obviously do cardio, right? But most people hate it. They force themselves to wake up super early in the morning to go to the gym to get that hour of cardio in so they can call themselves a good human being thinking that they lost weight, but all it did was really nothing, maybe just stress them out a little bit too much, right? If you think about from an energy balance or a caloric standpoint, if you're doing cardio to lose weight, an hour of cardio, how many calories do you really burn? A couple hundred maybe? A few hundred? Maybe 500? I don't know, depends on the person, how hard you're going. That's not a lot. That's not going to make too much of a difference. Now, the reason that we're better off in terms of weight loss, number one, most important thing, is make sure you're not eating too much. Find what your caloric intake should be, then go into deficit. I know a lot of people don't like to hear that nowadays, but you got to watch your calories if you want to lose weight. Number one, doesn't matter what diet you follow, watch the calories. That's number one. But the reason resistance training, lifting heavy things is a little bit more effective for weight loss is that when we lift heavy things and we put our body through that stimulus, we actually do boost our metabolism that way. We burn a little bit more calories, a little bit for the rest of the day and the day after. Okay. But it's building muscle. Okay. So here's the thing. If you are in a deficit, you are losing weight, both fat and lean body mass, including muscle. So if you're dieting and losing weight, you want to actively resistance train a few times a week, as much as you can, lift something, go hit the machines, It doesn't have to be a barbell. You don't have to go do deadlifts. Just do something. That is going to help you retain that muscle. The reason muscle is important is because muscle is very metabolically friendly. Fat mass does not burn calories. Muscle is very heavy, very dense. We burn more calories with the more muscle that we have because it's weight. Muscle is very dense and our bodies have to work more to carry around that weight. The more muscle you have, the more calories you will burn, basically. It's better for your metabolism. So if you're actively keeping your muscle, your metabolism is going to do a little bit better, right? And if you're gaining muscle, eventually in a year or something like that, when you really put on some weight, your metabolism will be higher because that muscle is metabolically friendly. Burning calories during cardio to lose weight, very ineffective. Very, very ineffective. Now, on the other side of the spectrum, low intensity cardio, I make sure to go for a nice little walk for at least 30 to 45 minutes every single day. That's important, right? Just to get some daily movement in. But making yourself sweat and go through hell on a treadmill, that's not doing much. It's probably hurting your joints more than anything.
Okay, so we've obviously talked about certain things that you do in your day-to-day to optimize your health. We've gone through the biohacker truths, which has been really insightful. So say someone is like, right, I want to get involved and start optimizing my health. Where would you suggest they start looking to get started and upgrading their health? What things should they start looking at? What should they start reading? If you were to look back on your journey and you were kind of giving your former self a kind of, here's the guide, what would you say for someone to start with?
Number one is you will feel so much better when your sleep is good. So the first thing that I would really do for anyone, for most people, especially this day and age with these damn phones and computers, is get your sleep right. So what practical advice can we do to keep our sleep night? Here's a couple quick tips, if you don't mind. Don't go on the phone a few hours before bed. The reason I say that, if you could, okay, an hour, okay? Don't look at any screens. The reason I say that is because most people don't have blue blockers. If you're going to buy a pair of blue blockers, I wear blue blockers and I'll go on my phone before bed usually, right? To be honest, I'll read an article or something because I have the blue blockers on, right? If you don't have any, limit screen use at night. That's number one. Very simple. As the sun starts to go down, match your external light with the internal light. As the sun starts to go down, start dimming and turning off some of the lights and screens in your house. By the time it's dark outside, it should be pretty dim in your house. That's going to let your body know it's okay, the sun's down because you're in sync. Now, indoors, I'm not going to be getting mixed signals with these bright lights on my ceiling and stuff like that. Start dimming the lights. You're going to sleep a little bit better. You're going to calm down before bed. Next, I know we're big fans of cold showers in the morning, which I love. I take 2 showers a day. I do a normal full-on shower, right, with the cold. But what really has helped improve my sleep, and there's really good data on this, is taking a warm shower, just an average shower. It doesn't have to be cold, just even warm, about 90 minutes before bed. That's going to help bring down your body temp. And that helps me with my sleep latency improved, meaning how fast I fall asleep. And my sleep just overall is really, really good. It's just a nice fresh shower before bed, warm, doesn't have to be cold. That helps a lot. Keep your room as dark as possible. So I cover my window with a blanket at night to cover all the outside, the street lights and all. I make sure that the little LEDs on my radio and my TV and stuff, I unplug them, keep the room as dark as possible. Another one that helps a lot is don't eat before bed, especially a big meal. Eat something light if you're going to eat something before bed. But if you can finish eating 2 hours before bed, that's going to help a lot too. If you can't get the room dark, wear a sleep mask. Another thing that helps me a lot with sleep, earplugs. It's like 30 cents. Get some earplugs. It works really, really well. If your phone's going to be next to your head, and it shouldn't, but make sure it's in airplane mode. You don't want to be buzzing with notifications or electromagnetic radiation or anything like that. So I would say that if you get your sleep right, you're just going to feel so much better. And then you can approach everything else with a little bit more positivity, with a little bit more willpower, with a little bit more discipline, with a little bit more positive outlook. The diet, the stress, everything. You're going to have more energy to go to the gym, right? Which I'll do probably a couple times a week. So I think that's really important. So I would agree with you on that. And those are just some practical tips on how to get a little bit better sleep for someone who's sleeping really shitty.
Amazing. And I like the shower tip. I might have to give that a go.
Oh yeah, dude. It's big time. It works really good.
Okay. 90 minutes before sleep. Okay. Very good. Final question. What 3 pieces of advice would you give our listeners to help them achieve their ideal day?
I would say that the number one piece of advice, number one, to achieve our ideal day is to just realize that right now you can achieve your ideal day. The idea of an ideal day is not some far off wonderland that's going to happen in the future. Maybe if you do some really hard work right now, you can have your ideal day. If you think you can, that's key. You got to believe that you can. I kind of thought that same thing. Okay, what things in my life need to happen? What do I need to have my ideal day? What would be absolutely perfect? That's what ideal means, right? But really, there's no such thing as perfect. Right now is ideal. Like, I'm just really aggressive about that. Like, it can be right now if you decide it to be, if you choose it to be. Number one, most important. Number two, to achieve the ideal day, I would say do something that you absolutely love. That could be anything. For me, it's editing and creating content and spending some time with my daughter. It could be whatever. As long as you're doing something that you love. Don't go one day without doing something you love. I think that's super key. Could be anything. I think that's really important because that's just going to bring our levels of happiness just a little bit further, and it puts a sense of passion and a little bit of purpose into our life. Like, oh, I love this. I can keep doing it. I can keep pushing through. Number three is don't take yourself too seriously. Just have some fun. Don't take yourself too seriously, meaning you and your life. Like, it's the game of life. You got to have fun with it. Don't take it too hard.
Stephen Warren, thank you ever so much.
All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the few minutes from this podcast episode. If you enjoyed what you heard, I would highly, highly recommend you click the link in the description and queue up the full hour-long podcast. Next time you're driving in the car, cleaning your house, having sex with your partner. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't mind being the voice in your ears as you're making love to your partner. That's kind of an intimate moment for us. Yeah, forget I said that. It's kind of been one of those long, frustrating, kind of stressful days for me. I'm going to be completely honest with you. But at this point, what I would usually do is read some comments from last week's YouTube video, which was me fact-checking 3 older videos of mine and admitting that I was wrong in some instances. Now, I'm not going to do that today, though. Most of the comments were positive. There's none really that I want to highlight. Most of them were saying, yeah, your credibility as an influencer just went up. I have more love and respect for your channel now. I got comments and messages and voice messages from friends saying, hey, can't believe you did that. That takes balls to do a video like that. And I'm grateful and super humbled by the awesome positivity that I get from you guys, and the support means a lot. But I was kind of like blown back by all those comments because I wasn't doing anything truly special in that video. I was just admitting that I was wrong. And then it occurred to me that influencers and content creators nowadays hate to be wrong. They do everything in their power to not admit that they were wrong, to beat around the bush, to make excuses. Oh no, but this, oh no, but that. And they're so worried about being right all the time. And the fact that I just simply admitted that I was wrong, so many people thought that was like, wow, I can't believe you did that. For me, it's like, wow, I can't believe no one else is doing that. Like, everyone is wrong about something, especially influencers and content creators and such. So those are just some interesting thoughts I wanted to share with you guys. I appreciate the feedback and the support. It means the world to me. So next week's piece of content is going to be absolutely crazy. I already know what's going down. I'm working on it, and you're going to absolutely love it. So stay tuned. If you enjoyed this video, if you got any value from it whatsoever, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. I love you guys. I'm going to go chill out a little bit and try and relax for the rest of the day, take some reishi, something like that. So I'll see you guys next week. Have a good one. Take care.